Vandeham Shri Guru Siyutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Varijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vitamscha Om Jnana Dimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Jakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Kibaika Vidya Yamaryadha Rakshati Vaishnavanam Kripavalam Madhava Prestakrami Shri Bhakti Dam Bharati Mashayami Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Sri Varshavanavadevi Daitaya Kribhavate Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namah Madhurya Jvala Premadya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktida Sri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigraya Namostude Namaste Gauravani Sri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Virudappa Siddhanta Dvantaharine Vanchakalpadarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bevaja Paditanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jai Gaur, Dandavat Pranam to all of you, and again thanks for all your participation, and yes, all glories to our Srila Babaji Maharaj, the Gurudev, and Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and all our Gaudiya Guru Varga. So, yes, just recently I was reading one nice paragraph in Sarjantoshani. It's also called The Harmonist. Oh, it was mentioned there that the pure devotees of the Lord, they are the salt of the earth. You know, actually I know this because it is from the Bible. And Jesus Christ at that time, he used often, some common subjects to demonstrate his teachings actually. And he described it as his followers. They are the salt, no? Because salt is the quality, it improves or it enhances and it makes the world a better place. So so his actual followers are like that. They are the salt of the earth. And that's why the harmonies also, this phrase was used. And actually I can see there are many statements like this sometimes from Christian literature, especially the Bible, are used to explain something more deep in the way of Gaudiya philosophy. And because that time also so many British, they were present there in India, and Christianity was well known, and that's why I think they use those terms or something to explain also in the light of Gaudiya philosophy. Anyway, it just reminded me on the also what Gurudev said, Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj. He explained also many times that the main ingredient of bhakti, it is sharanagati, no? And we can do so many other things, but if sharanagati is surrender, that which is the main ingredient, is not there, then everything somehow becomes tasteless. So Gurudev gives also the example of the salt. And salt is very cheap. You can get it everywhere. But if one forgets it to put in the curry or in some other cooking dishes, then you can maybe put all other spices. But if you forget salt, nobody wants to eat it or taste it. No, it becomes tasteless. So it's the main ingredient. And Gurudev also gives another example with the kirtan. I mean, those who are singing kirtan, those who are singing harikatha, and if they don't put all their bhava, no, they do it with the heartfelt sincerity, then no matter how nicely one is playing on melodious, no, the chords of or the keys, the notes, or the beat, the rhythm, whatever it is also it will have not that effect. So the mood, the bhav is very important, and so the main ingredient in all our activities is sharanagati. So then everything what we do, it becomes tasteful. And that's why we can say that, yes, the pure devotees, they are the salt of the earth. No? Because without them, we will also experience only what? Bitterness. No taste at all. No? And but with them, if the devotees are there, the pure devotees, then even this material world, which is a place of suffering and so on, it can become Vaikuntha. So Vishvam Purana Sukhayate, no? Prabodhananda Saraswati used to say. So it can become a place of actual happiness. So that's why that phrase is very nice, to say the devotees, the pure devotees, they are the salt of the earth. It's a very beautiful expression also. And pure devotees are our only shelter. No? They are the key for the door for that eternal happiness. So without them we cannot open that door of eternal happiness. It will be just locked. We need them. It's a must. So material people, they seek shelter where? Where there's actually no shelter. And they think of shelter, of actual shelter, as no shelter. How much illusion Maya can create in this way. It's really a wonderful game of Maya Devi. Material people, they have so much belief, in their family members, in their bank account, bank balance, insurance, like this, and which actually is an illusionary shelter, because it's not, it will not help us finally. So, but when they meet those material people, or they meet some sadhus like Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj, or Srila Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, or Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, very old, lying in bed. Then they think how this old man, he is uneducated, like Vamsidas Babaji, maybe externally Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, how they can give me shelter, those uneducated or old persons. So they think, he himself, he needs shelter. I can give some money, I can give this and that. So, that is their idea. But that is the trick of Maya. So that she always arranges it in such a way that we always take shelter in the wrong place. And we do instead of, we are doing samsara parikram, just go roaming up and down in this material world, instead of doing dham parikram, to be with devotees in the holy dham. So that is, and there's also, Srimad Bhagavatam is also giving the example of Gachendra, which is a very nice example. Surely some of you have heard about it. It's actually a long pastime and with many teachings, so can only cut it short just to summarize. But Gachendra was also attacked by one crocodile. This has all one history. Who is Gachendra? Who is the crocodile? It's very long explanation. But there took one fight place finally that took a long time, very long time. And somehow, because the fight took place in the water, and Gajendra, who is like an elephant, he is not used to be in the water. So naturally, the crocodile has some advantage, and finally, Gajendra, the elephant, got in the trap of the mouth of the crocodile. And at that moment, it is explained that he called out for all his family members and relatives and like this, but nobody really could help him in that situation. And then finally, what he did, he called out to the Lord for protection. So in this way, yes, our family members also, they will maybe visit us let's say we are sick or we have some accident, something, then the ambulance, we go to the hospital, we have some operation, we have this, and then for a long time we need to stay there. Then, in the beginning maybe the hospital will be full of people, so many relatives will come, all those so-called near and dear ones, but after some time it will become less and less and less. So because they will say, at one point they have no more time, because maybe he has taken some holiday from the work and then he can be in the hospital, but after some time he has also to start again normal life, to work, so he has to go to work. Or others will think, maybe I also will get, if it's some other infectious disease, they will think, I also can get sick, so I cannot go. And in this way, that near and dear one, he will be avoided, actually. So, and at last, we will be alone there in the hospital. So nobody can really actually help us. And then at that moment, the only shelter will be the Lord. So He is always our only shelter. Guru and Vaishnava, Bhagavan. So it is like this, and real shelter is only possible by by devotees, by the Lord, and because everything else will just leave us sooner or later. And Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta, he told also one very nice pastime to illustrate this. And he told that it is very nice. He spoke about, first of all, to make the background, there are two great architects in the universe. Oh, this is Vishwakarma, and he is one architect, and also Mayadanava. But I must say, now today he is not here, but actually we have one third great architect like Dinabandhu Prabhu. He is also really great with these things, so he is also worthy to mention. And yes, so Mayadana was chosen to construct the royal assembly hall of the King Yudhisthira Maharaj to perform this Raja Surya Yagya was there to be held. And it was an amazing hall with everywhere inlaid jewels, corals, and pearls, and very, very beautiful. And when Duryodhan, he came and he saw it, I mean, he saw that palace and he became very jealous. And his heart was somehow burning. So, and one day also they invited him as a guest. He was coming, and when he went inside that palace, he was thinking somehow there's one pool, no, one water pool. Actually it was solid, but it was all with crystals. And so he went inside and lifted his clothes, like, you know, if there's water, you lift a little bit your trousers or your skirt or whatever, and then so that you cannot become wet. When he was doing that, all the Matajis there or the people, they all started to laugh and clap, because actually it was solid ground. He also saw, but it was made in such a way that it looked like a pool, and actually it was solid. And then he went a little bit further, and there was one actual pool. But he thought, now, if I make the same mistake, no, then what kind of humiliation it will be for me. So he just went, and then, because he saw this the same illusion, but that time it was a real water pool, and he fell inside that water. So he mistook the water for solid ground, but then slowly he began to sink into the water, and again all burst into laughter and joking, clapping. So, but it does not end here. Then he went further, and there was one like a crystal wall, and he mistook it for a door, but actually he bumped his head, and he hurt his head. So now his heart was like burning like anything with revenge. And actually this was also the cause of the whole war between the Kauravas and the Pandavas, which took place. So, and Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he gives a very nice interpretation to this. He says that Duryodhan means like, because this name, it has some special meaning. It means like someone, a sense enjoyer, who always prefers like injustice. And he would not even give, to the Pandavas, he would not even give one tip of a needle to them of land, he said. And he wanted to enjoy everything for himself alone. So this is the nature of Duryodhan, just very selfish, and yes, only I should enjoy everything for me, mine. And Yudhisthira Maharaj on the other hand means Yuddha, means war, Yuddha. War, and stira comes from stirata, means steadiness. So he is very steady in war fighting, but not for injustice, for justice, for truth. And he only wants to fulfill the desire of Krishna. So, and Prabhupada is saying all the conditioned souls, they are like dedicated to sense enjoyment, sense gratification. They are in the parampara of Duryodhana, and they want everything for themselves. They want to enjoy. They don't care about others. No, just I want to get this or that, and very selfish mentality. And that's why they perceive water where actually is solid land, and land where there is water. So the meaning is that sense enjoyers, they see shelter where there is actually no shelter. And where there is actual shelter, they perceive as no shelter, this way. So only the associates of a pure devotee actually, they can give real shelter. But those followers of Duryodhana, he cannot see. They think, what are these sadhus? No, they are just like some beggars. How I know better myself. Instead, they trust their own abilities and also all other sense enjoyers' abilities. So that's why they are in reality shelterless. Because this way, until one is getting this right, to understand really what it means, actual shelter, and what is no shelter, then till that moment we are in ignorance. Another example I can give also is like if you see, for example, a street dog has no owner. So I don't know if it's true, but I heard one time, I think it was even in Brazil, when there was the World Champion League of Football or something, then some area there were many dogs, street dogs, and they just shoot all of them, because now the tourists will come and it will become danger, so much media, TV and all tourism, so we can not have all these street dogs. So they just went and shoot all the dogs. I think it was in Brazil, but you can correct me if it's wrong, maybe another place. But so the point is, they were shelterless, those dogs. They had no owner, but you cannot do this with a dog who has an owner. Now, if a dog is there and he has an owner, nobody can touch this dog. Because he will immediately will say, he will always be there for his dog. So that's why we also, we want to become the dog of Guru and Vaishnava. No? Srila Bhakti Thakur is also singing, Tumi Thakur, Tomara Kukura. So you are my master, I am your dog. So if you have a master, if you are shelterless, if you have no master, then Maya, everything can create so much problems for us. But if we have a master, then the master will always look after our safety. So this is Guru and Vaishnava. They are our masters, they are our shelter. Or if you have, for example, how one can cross the ocean without a helmsman, or without one sailor. So there is all the wind, everything. It will just push us here and there, no direction. If you have no compass and no sailor, no helmsman, then where this ship will go, this ship in form of this human body, it will just roam around endlessly in this cycle of birth and death, in this ocean, material ocean. No shelter. So only as soon we come in contact with Guru and Vaishnava, then at that moment, we really have to surrender to them. So it means whatever they say, whatever they want us to do, we have to follow. and then that ship will go to the right place, to the shore, where we are really safe. So this is how we have to, what means Sharanagati then. So first we need Sadguru, and then to be surrendered. Now, please Gurudev, you guide this boat in this very vast ocean so that I can reach the shore. So this way, there's the only chance for us. So last time we discussed at the end of the our meeting, we discussed the pastime of Satyakam and Gautama. I think you remember, and we also heard about the lessons which we can get out of it. Like, first of all, that we have to be really truthful, like Satyakam. He was telling the truth in front of Gurudev, completely without kapatbhav, falsehood. No, he was saying, yes, I don't know actually, my mother, she don't know, so from where, how she got me, and then but Gurudev was very happy, and he saw, yes, this truthfulness can only show that you are actually a Brahmin. And another lesson was how he engaged in himself in the seva of Gurudev. No, he was not just sitting around in the ashram. He was very enthusiastically taking care of these cows, and in this way he gained all this knowledge. Last time we discussed. And also we were hearing that, yes, everything we must hear again from Gurudev, because that is the source from which we can get chitpal, spiritual power, to really realize these things what we are hearing. And then I said I wanted to also tell another pastime, which is there in the Upanishads also, which is also full of teachings regarding all these subject matters which we discuss now about knowledge and vidya and all those things. So it's the pastime of Indra and Virochana. Also, surely some of you have heard. It's from the Upanishad, and Prabhupada, he gives all these pastimes because they are very practical and easily to understand. So in these pastimes there are many things inside, backed of Siddhanta, so many important things. So it was like once when Prajapati, he was announcing everywhere that in the universe, that person who knows the Atma, he cannot be killed, he is undefeatable, he has no sorrow, no hunger, no thirst, nothing. So then in this way Indra, the king of the Devatas, and also Virochana, which was the leader of the demons, they became very curious. So they went to the ashram of Prajapati, Brahma, and they said that now please you tell us, you teach us what is Atma. And with folded hands they were standing, giving pranam to Gurudev, and Gurudev said yes. So you come, and you have to stay for 32 years in the ashram, do some menial service and this, and then I will explain you Atma Tattva. And then, okay, yes, we are ready. So they dedicated these 32 years, always serving very humbly Gurudev, and some menial services. And in this way, they pleased Gurudev. And at one point, yes, 32 years are over. So they went both with folded hands, give Dandavat Pranam to Guru. Oh, Gurudev, please now, let us know about that secret, about Atma. And then he said that now go and look just in that water pots, because there are always some water pots for cleaning and this. You just look inside and you see your reflection. Because he said also in the beginning that now you are not allowed to shave, not allowed to cut your nails, nothing. So can you imagine how they look after 32 years? So, but yes, they have to look in the mirror and then to see their reflection. Okay, we saw it, and now he said, now you go and you shave. You shave nicely, neat and clean. You dress yourself with new, fresh clothes, and then come back. So they did it, and they come back again. And now shaved, very fresh. And again they look. Now he said, look now in the water pot, in the reflection. And then he said, you see, this is Atma. Yeah, it is fearless, it is immortal. Now you understand Atma Tattva. You know, like sometimes we also, after Chaturmasya is 4 months. One time it happened to me that I forgot to shave. I mean, one day the time was over, there's always some particular timing. Then I had to let it grow. It was like for almost 4 months, and then it's very long, very uncomfortable. And then when you shave, you feel like a newborn, you know, like. So can you imagine how they must have felt? So, okay, now both of them happily, they went back and to their respective place. On the way, they were thinking that, no, Virochan, actually, he was everything he accepted from heart. Oh, now I understood Atma Tattva. And he preached it everywhere. Just, you know, the mentality of the hedonists. They eat, drink, and marry. This is like completely material life. Just, and that was his understanding. This body, this mind is Atma. So enjoy it, enjoy life. You have only this body and this life. And run after all the pleasures what you can get for the senses. The body and mind is all in all. This he was preaching everywhere, very happily. But Indra, he thought, on the way back, something is wrong. How is it possible? This body is still, I am afflicted by old age, I am afflicted by disease, I am afflicted by birth, death. So, it's how is it possible that I did not understand right something? I have to go back to the ashram of Prajapati. Yes. So he went back and very humbly again with folded hands, give Dandavat Pranam, oh Gurudev, something I missed. I please, you instruct me about Atma Tattva so that I can understand it. Okay? My son, you stay, and for 32 years more you have to stay. Okay, I can do that. And then, so he stayed again, did very humbly service, and after that, 30 years were over. Then again with folded hands he asked, now please, you explain to me the mystery, the secret of Atma Tattva. And then Brahmaji said, yes, well, listen. So, the Atma is that what you experience in your dream. The Atma is what you experience in your dreams. So, then he accepted it, and on the way back he was again thinking that, but in dreams also I suffer, I'm also wounded, I fear, I weep, and so how can it be that this is the fearless, undefeatable, and sorrow-free Atma? So I think, again, I misunderstood something. And then he came again back to the ashram of Prajapati with folded hands. Oh, Gurudev, something again I missed out, and you please accept me again. And okay, you stay 32 years more. And now, such a long time. And okay, again, the same thing. So 32 years over. And then he said to him, the real self, Prajapati said, the real self, the Atma, is experienced in deep sleep. So then he thought that's it. But again, on the way back, he was thinking, no. How this? Because in deep sleep, there's no consciousness of existence, no joy, no awareness, nothing. It's just that after sleep, you wake up that, yes, you have slept well, but you were completely unconscious this time. So no awareness of any joy or anything. So then he thought, no, this is also not possible, that this is the final conclusion about Atma Tattva. So he went again, and this time, Brahmaji, Prajapati, he said, 5 years. You stay longer. So this time he reduced a little bit. And then he explained that when the 5 years were over, that now we come to the point that really Atma is that which is the experiencer of all those stages which I explained to you now, he said to him. And because we are experiencing those 3 stages. First stage is awakening stage, then dream stage, and then there's deep sleep. So, but the awakening state, due to Maya, we are so absorbed in this awakening consciousness, when we are awake. The influence of Maya just lets us fully believe and identify almost, I think, 24 hours with this body. That we are this body, and all what we do, we think we are the doer. We are walking, we are talking, we are sitting, we are eating, we are doing this and everything. But reality is, Prakriti Kriyamanani, no? Said in the Bhagavad Gita, that all is done by the material energy. So the material nature is doing everything. The soul, the Atma, has nothing to do with it. The soul, she, because he's feminine, the soul is the Shakshi, the witnesser of all this. But due to Maya, we think we are living our daily life. So that is the awakening stage, which, and okay, also we are not the subtle body, or that body which we have in a dream. Now, okay, the physical body is resting on the bed, is lying flat, no movement at all. And just our fine body, we dream, we have some experience. And we identify ourselves with this fine body. And, then we say, I have done this or that in the dream. And some will say, I climb up to Mount Everest, or whatever, I win the football match, whatever dreams they have. So many things. But we are also not this fine body, it's actually the mind. So we are the experiencer of that. So we are not this person in the dream or what we experience in the dream. We are beyond this. And at last was deep sleep. So deep sleep, we are even beyond that stage of deep sleep. So that's somehow mind-blowing, maybe for some of you, but that is reality. That is where the soul, where the Atma is staying. And but only this by saying cannot help. No, that's why 96, 101 years he had to stay there to get some clue about it, to understand something. So to know and actually realize these are two completely separate things. These subjects are very deep. So now there are so many valuable teachings in this pastime that first of all, we have the best example that how two individuals understand Gurudev's words completely different. So many people can sit in front of Gurudev, but they filter it all through their own consciousness, through their own samskaras. So they will understand. That's why Virochana was just blinded, with selfishness. So he completely misunderstood Gurudev's words. And he understood the complete opposite of what Gurudev or the Shastras say. So, and that's why still today we can see that all those demons, they accept these conclusions. They follow in the parampara of Virochana, as it was preached that time by him. So that they think this body is all and all and everything. This is practically what all people in this world are thinking and following and understanding. So Atma Tattva is very secret. It's very much propagated how in Kali Yuga. Most of the people, they are just completely bodily consciousness. They cannot think more or anything. And on the other hand now, Indra, he followed the right procedure. First of all, after all the teachings he got, he was reflecting on it, he was thinking about it deeply, contemplating about it, and also he had the mood of tat vidi pranipadena pariprashnena, sevaya. So he was, because that is the approach, no? With very humble mood, he went, he inquired, he had pariprashna, questions to again ask, or did I understand right? And then also he always accepted to stay longer in the ashram with Gurudev, do a sevaya, tat vidi pranipadena pariprashnena sevaya. So only this, in this way, Atma Tattva, to understand something is possible. And Babaji Maharaj and my Gurudev also, they give many times the example of the neem tree and the mango tree on the banks of the Ganga. No? The same water, the Ganga, they get all nourished. The neem tree or the neem seed, the mango seed, all get nourished with the same water of the Ganga. The same air which is blowing on the banks of the Ganga. The same sunlight. But still, one tree will become a mango tree and one will become a neem tree. So that is like how the people sit in front of Gurudev. It's the same water, the same Harikatha, what they are hearing. But they are experiencing completely different, understand completely different. And their conclusions are also completely different. That's why it's really very, very difficult to find someone who has really understood the teachings as it is, what we are getting from Gurudev. It is very rare, like Srila Bhakti Pragan Keshav Goswami Maharaj and Srila Vamman Goswami Maharaj. Such rare cases. Srila Bhakti Dait Madhav Goswami Maharaj and our Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Vigan Bharati Goswami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada and Sadananda Swami. So all these are matching conditions of Guru and Shishya, which exactly the same comes out. But most of the time this is not the case. So that's why another example is there also Ishvara Puribhat and Ramchandra Puribhat. You also know about it. Say Hoite Ishvara Puri, Prema Sagara, Ramchandra Puri Hoile Sarvanindakar. So it is said in Chaitanya Charitamrita that yes, they both have taken shelter at Madhavendra Puribhat's lotus feet, Ishvara Puri and Ramchandra Puri. But one, he is like an ocean, Ishvara Puribhat, Prema Sagara. He is like an ocean of mercy. And Ramchandra Puri, Hoilo Sarva Ninda, means offensive. He is very much offensive because how he was behaving with his Gurudev lying on the bed, almost ready to leave his body, and then crying out, Ha Vrindavan, Ha Krishna. And this Ramchandra Puribhat, he just said, why are you crying? What is your Brahma? And this, and Gurudev became so angry that you go, otherwise I cannot leave my body like this. It's all contamination, so you leave, go. So in this way, they are completely different in the same Gurudev, like Indra and Virochana. Same Guru, but totally different. And another thing, what we can also, learn from this Vastam, that because, Prajapati could say, that conclusions of Atma Tattva in the beginning, he just can explain them. You see, Atma Tattva is this. There's the awakening stage, Shushupti, Swapna, and so deep sleep, and dream stage, and waking stage. And you are the experience of all these stages. But then why it took so long? About 101 years? Because this is the thing, that our heart needs to get or to undergo some purification process under the guidance of Gurudev, Satguru. Then, through this, the actual words of Gurudev can bear the actual fruit. So, Indra, he was serving for a long time and deliberating very minutely on Gurudev's words, and that's why he finally could also realize something about Atma Tattva. Nowadays, it is, because this is very important, because nowadays we want everything instant. We want to get spiritual illuminated like a Christmas tree in 1 week. No, that's not possible. We have to be patient. Because everything nowadays, what you just desire, you can get immediately. And the people are used to that kind of behavior, to that kind of mentality. You just need to click something, to order something, will be there after a few hours or 1-2 days. You will get everything, be it food, everything fast food, you can just order, it will come in front of your house doorstep. And or shopping, you just go to any platform like Amazon or whatever, you can just order everything, immediately it is there. And you can also get all kind of information, all kind of knowledge. Just you Google, in internet, yes, it's there. So, but that's not the way with spiritual knowledge. So for this, one need to surrender and sell his head to Gurudev, serving Gurudev in a very loving way for a long time, like Indra did. And so then by that seva, if we do seva like this, somehow the heart of Guru can melt and all Kripa can flow into our heart, which is now the right pot to receive it. So patience and tolerance, power is a must in spiritual matter, in this Atma Tattva or those topics. You can read all books, you can read everything in internet, but it will be green banana. It is only theoretically. Of course, in the beginning, if you have no association, no guru, nothing, then reading is at least something. You surely get something, you understand. But then one has to take initiation in a bona fide line from a bona fide guru, and then really start from there. So this is the procedure. My Gurudev also, he used to say that Diksha is one process. It is, when we get Diksha, it's not done just by receiving. First one receives Harinam, the Mahamantra from Gurudev. So by chanting it, one will get power and also purification. And then one can get the second initiation of Diksha. And that is where the whole process starts. So it's not that, yeah, now I'm a realized soul. No. From that moment, we are allowed to enter that university, that spiritual university. And then, because like in a university, you cannot just go in any university if you're not admitted there. If you sit there and you have no, you're not registered, then they will throw you out. You cannot do this. So in the same way, to be registered also in that way, one needs to take initiation. If one wants if one wants to get that knowledge of self-realization. It's not something which we can Google in internet, how to become self-realized. No, it's not possible. Then, so in this way, we have to think about all these things deeply, and so that we don't end up like Virochana, no, and understand everything completely wrong. No, we want to follow in the footsteps of Indra, very patiently, with loveful mood and surrender, and then gradually, Gurudev will also reveal more and more to us. So I think for today we stop here, and we can reflect on all this. It's good to think about all those things, and then by the mercy of Guru and Vaishnava and all of you, we can meet next week again. If there are any question or anything you want to add, then please feel free. Otherwise, we can stop this call. Okay, thank you for your time very much, and Dandavat Pranam to all of you. Jai Gaur.